Hello, and welcome to the Steel Studio podcast. This is a special episode, something we're going to start doing. It's called Thursday Thoughts. Thursday Thoughts. I'm Rick Mooney, and I am with the Steel Studio podcast. Every Thursday, we're going to give you my thoughts on the Steelers, or Mike's thoughts, or anybody else we want to give you thoughts on the news of the week, or whatever's on our minds. This week, let's talk about the state of the team. You know, Ben is coming back. Let's just relax. It's Ben Roethlisberger. He had a really good year. Yeah, he looked lame in the playoffs. We all played bad. And I was more disappointed in the defense than I was the offense in that game. And Ben threw for 500 yards. He hardly looks like a declining quarterback. And I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, he came off the elbow surgery. The guy had to relearn his throwing motion. And I bet that this season he will work out more. He will be more fit. And he will be ready for the 2021 season. So I'm willing to take my chances with Ben. Let's see how he does. If he does terrible, I will be all in for the franchise guy, finding a new one and moving on from Ben. I don't think he will, though. And I think Ben's going to be fine. You get him a running game and a decent run-blocking offensive line, I think he'll be fine. People do forget, and I'm sure it's because of COVID and everything, that the guy came off elbow surgery. We didn't even know if he was going to come back. And he threw for 37 touchdowns. The guy is fine. Yes, he's not Lamar Jackson. He can't run. But I think he could be good enough, and a running game would open things up. And a new coordinator. We did make changes. We didn't just status quo. It's Matt Canada. He's a lot different from Fietner, and I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. Let's give this organization, this great organization, the benefit of the doubt. They know what they're doing. The O-line, you know, we have some experience with Chooks. I think we'll re-sign Banner. I'm not sure I'm sold on him being a left tackle. I think we'll draft one. I think we'll sign a veteran free agent center. And we will be just fine. And maybe, you know, Pouncey was a great player. Great Pouncey. We love him. We respect him. But he wasn't pushing the line, man, anymore. So I think that it's good that we move on from him and we get a tough blocking center, and we got Dotson. Look at how we drafted Dotson out of nowhere. So you don't think we're going to draft another center and another tackle? We'll be just fine. And maybe Banner and Chooks can carry the load there. If they can, great. But I think we'll be prepared either way. The wide receiver room looks great. I don't want to lose Juju, and I hope we keep him. But if we do lose Juju, we'll be fine. We could sign a veteran free agent on the cheap. There's a ton out there. Or there will be a ton out there with the way the salary cap's going. Or we'll draft another one. That's what we're best at. We'll be just fine. Claypool stepped up last year out of nowhere. He's going to be great. We're going to be just fine. Deontay and Washington are going to be great. Tight end, I think we got Ebron. I think we'll draft another one, or we'll sign another cheap free agent that can block and catch also. Maybe a Jesse James if he gets cut, or someone like that. Who knows? But if we draft one, it's a great draft for tight end. It's a great draft for O-lineman. It's a great draft for running back. I think we're going to be just fine. Connor can go. I love James Conner, but he wasn't carrying the load anymore. So hopefully we'll draft a Najee Harris or somebody like that, or, you know, the kid from Ohio State. One of those big backs that can carry the load, and it will make all the difference in this offense. Trust me. You'll see the difference. As far as the defense goes, it's exciting to know that Devin Bush will be back. The D-line will once again be fine. T.J. Watt is right there for Defensive Player of the Year. People forget we have him. And Highsmith should take a step forward. I'd love to have another veteran backup. I don't think a Day-and-A is the answer. And I think we get another guy in there. We'll be just fine for depth. And we'll probably draft another one as well. I think Vince Williams will be back. He may take a pay cut or extend. And I think Spillane will probably displace him in his position, because I think Spillane will be even better this year. The guy was only his second year, and he played way more than better than I thought he would, and he'll be even better. And the guy really isn't bad, and he's pretty good in pass coverage too. He can tackle, and I'm sure we'll draft someone or sign someone to back him up, or maybe we'll just still have Vince. There's no reason to panic here. We need someone with fire to set the tone, and I think we'll be okay. Bush is huge. He'll be back. He's going to have a monster year. Trust me. The secondary is still one of the best in the league. Expect Cam Sutton to be re-signed as a nickel. He did fine when he was in there for Hilton. There wasn't much difference. Hilton's a great run stopper, great run tackler. But honestly, I think Sutton might be a little better in coverage, and he can also play on the outside. Expect us to draft another slot guy or sign one, and I think we'll be just fine. If Surtain is there, somebody like that in the first round, I expect us to grab him. We're gonna set ourselves up, as we always do, for the best available player. We're not going to be desperate at any position. The best player that comes up, quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, offensive lineman, defensive player, we're going to take that. We never put ourselves in a situation where we have to draft a certain position. One thing you have to remember about this year is with the cap being a little lower, there's going to be a lot of veterans on the market that are cheap, cheaper than normal. And we only need a couple to put ourselves over the top. And we need a couple difference makers that want to win a Super Bowl, that would come play for us because they know we're the Steelers, and we'll be just fine. Look around the league. Everybody says, oh, the Bills, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in big trouble. They have a lot bigger cap under the cap than us. I think we'll be just fine. And if Ben's even plays like he did last year, we get a running game, and in the offensive line, we can fill the gaps. This defense is going to be fine, and I think we'll be just fine. Do not panic on the Steelers. Do not listen to media. They want us to be bad so much. It's not going to happen. We're going to be just fine, and that's where I'm at this point. So I'm excited about free agency. I hate to lose some guys, but you know what? They never end up better than they were with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the best organization in the world. So, you know what? Hey, listen to us. Every Thursday we'll be doing this. And listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast. Steel Studio Podcast. And please comment. Let me know what you think. And hey, go Steelers. We'll see you next Thursday.